Hello and welcome to another daily market reading. We are on Bitcoin and we have made it to the area that we said yesterday. Yesterday we said if the price of Bitcoin made it exactly to this area, it would be a decent price, a decent place, at least for me to look for a long position. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to show you why with our indicators you could have spotted this. And we're also going to touch on Ethereum and USDT. So, first things first, why did I say it was quite a good area? Well, it was an area of resistance. You can see there. The price couldn't break it, couldn't. A resistance, once it's broken, turns into a support, believe it or not. So, we get a retest of a now support. The whole point of trading is you take short in resistances, you take longs in support. Okay, so that's why it makes sense for us to try and trade it. Anything else? Yes, you guys know I absolutely love my fixed range volume profiles. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to trace, and you're going to see this is the value area high, okay, which is this white line right there. Why is it important? Well, mostly because if the price goes back inside here, it means that either one, it's going to stop at the point of control and then give us a bounce back up, or it is simply going to trade again within this range. Okay, and my personal point of view, if we trade again within this range, is not good news because we're probably going to go straight back down, grab some of this liquidity. So it looks like, at least at the time of me making this video, the trade is actually starting to play out. I've personally gone in, I've personally entered it. Was there anything else that made me go, oh yeah, pretty decent place to go long? Yeah. Maybe, not sure, 1 hour time frame. Yeah, 1 hour time frame. If I trace a Fibonacci retracement from this recent push up, this was actually just a bit of a fake out. Okay, it wasn't exactly on the golden pocket. Yes, I will give you that. It was just below it, and then it looks like we've managed to recuperate and go back in it. Okay, now what really made me say, okay, this looks like quite a good trade for me, was using our indicators. Now, please remember you have access to these completely for free, at least at the time of me making this video. In the descriptions box, there's a link that takes you to our Telegram, where you can send a message to our team and just tell them that you want these indicators. It's not hard, it's not rocket science, and they're actually quite useful. The ones I'm going to be using is the smart trend and the signals and order blocks. And actually just forgot to add a really important one, which is the smart oscillator. So, why did I decide to go long? Because on the 1 hourly time frame, okay, you can see the smart trend, which is this green line, is, like I just said, green. If it's purple, I would be looking for a short position, but because it's green, I thought I'd look for a long. I've made it to the smart trend. I've got the little yellow dot, okay? I've got small money flow. This is big money flow. This is small money flow. This is big money flow. It's not super small. I've seen smaller, yes, but it's all right. Okay. Additionally, I am also oversold on the smart oscillator, and it does look like we could be getting a push up. I've also made it to this green rectangle, which is a fair value gap on the 1 hourly time frame, and I'm pretty sure you can see it says there ghost FVG, and in brackets it says 4H, which means this is a ghost fair value gap on the 4 hourly time frame. If you can't see it, that's fine, I'll highlight it. This is where the ghost fair value gap is. So I've told you in previous videos, some of my best trades are always going to be where an exponential moving average or the smart trend is inside a fair value gap. If on top of that I have two different fair value gaps of two different time frames in the same area, then I really want to go long. Okay, it really pushes me or to go long or to go short. Okay, it really depends on how you look at it. Now, this is potentially more of a 4-hourly trade. I'm not necessarily looking to be out of this trade within the next hour. You can see we've done a retest to the exponential moving average, which is this gray line. It's an exponential moving average of 50 time frames, and we've got quite a nice level. We're basically oversold on the 4-hourly time frame. So on the 4-hour map, it looks like it's a good place to take a trade. I'm resting on the 4-hour EMA, and I've gone down to the 1-hourly time frame to fine tune and have a really nice entry point. I've personally gone long. What does my position look like? I am not, okay, this is key. I'm not thinking that this trade is going to take me all the way up to the skies, to the moon, up to 75k. Not necessarily. Okay, as soon as we make it around this area, which is 66,500, I will be taking either partial profits, closing all of my position, moving up my stop loss either into profits or on break even, and then potentially seeing if we have a lot of strength, see if the price wants to push up above these levels. Okay, so that's that for Bitcoin. That's my reasoning of why I looked for a long. Okay, and now we're going to be looking very quickly at Ethereum. Ethereum. I'm going to delete this, and we can have a look at something very similar. You could go long now on Ethereum. I could go long now on Ethereum. I personally was waiting for a little bit more of a push down, purely based on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, I was maybe waiting for a test on this gray line, which is the exponential moving average on the 4-hourly time frame. This would have maybe made this drop a little bit more, and then I would be even happier to take a long trade on Ethereum. Okay, zooming in into the 1-hourly time frame, what actually has happened? Well, we've made it. Okay, we have got this really faint green rectangle, which is a 1-hour fair value gap. We have got a ghost fair value gap on the 4-hourly time frame, and really zooming in, you can see this dotted line right there. This shows you the exact halfway point of this fair value gap. Okay, like I've mentioned to you, fair value gaps, the reason why we mark them with this line in the middle is because we believe that's the most commonly touched point on a fair value gap. Okay, usually me personally, when I trade, I don't always take a trade with my entry point at the start of the fair value gap. I like to see the price go down, ideally into the halfway point of the fair value gap. Then I would take my trade. Okay, so for that reason, I maybe would have waited for the price to go down a little deeper on the 4-hourly time frame and then enter my trade, so that I'm able to have a nicer stop loss. Okay, but if you really wanted to, this could also be a decent place to look for a long on Ethereum. Why? The smart trend on the 1-hourly time frame is green. You can see it right there. We have got a little bit of money flow and we are oversold. So it looks like a decent place to go long. Additionally, it is also, if I'm not wrong, this stinks of 0.6. Nope, it doesn't. It looks like a 0.5 level. Okay, which is why if we did get a little bit more of a push on the 4-hourly time frame, we would be looking for this entry point, okay, which would be on the golden pocket, on still within this 4-hour gap, with a 1-hour fair value gap as well, and supported by an order block just below it. So looking at this like this now, I think it would actually pay off to be a little bit more patient, wait for the price to go a little bit down like this, and then take the trade. What would a potential trade look like? Again, this is not a millionaire trade where I think this is going to go up to the moon. I think as soon as the price makes it around this area, that's going to be me really happy. Potentially take partial profits, move my stop loss up to break even or even into profits, and then see if the price wants to push higher. Okay, see if it would like to do that or not. Why am I being more and more careful? Well, or actually, hold on. First off, worth noting, these are 4 hourly trades, which means I'm not necessarily looking to be out now. This is probably going to be me seeing the results tomorrow, maybe the day after. Okay, so it's a bit of a slower trading. What's kind of scaring me is USDT. Okay, let me go on the 4 hourly time frame, and then we can see something. Okay, what we can see is that we had a massive push up, which is when Bitcoin and all the crypto market came crashing down. Okay, if you don't know how to read this, USDT goes up, Bitcoin and crypto goes down. Okay, I'm now going to trace a Fibonacci retracement from this whole push up, and we're going to be able to see something. We're going to see we are exactly right now on the optimal level for a price reversal. USDT made it to the golden pocket, okay, which means the price of Bitcoin and cryptos rallied up, went up very high, very high, very high. USDT made it to this point and then started rejecting. What happens when USDT goes up? Crypto goes down, okay, which is the moves down that we have been seeing. Now, yes, we could be getting a move down on USDT, therefore a move up on crypto. Why? Because we have got a 4 hour fair value gap, the 4 hourly exponential moving average, okay, and also we're nearly overbought, about to be overbought. And zooming into the 1 hourly time frame, we can also see how on USDT, the 1 hourly smart trend is purple, which means it's probably going to go down. If it goes down, crypto goes up. Okay, we've just made it there. We've got a little bit of money flow. We're overbought. We've made it to the exact entry point that I always tell you is a really good place to go long or short. We've got 4 hour fair value gap, 1 hour fair value gap, smart trend, the little dot, overbought, little bit of green money flow, and if I'm not wrong, this is also going to be a Fibonacci level. Let's have a look. Yes, it looks like it is the golden pocket. So in the short term, we could be getting some pushes up. We could be getting some moves up. Now, what am I not forgetting? What I'm not forgetting is the bigger picture. USDT had a massive push up. Great. It stopped exactly on the golden pocket. We've had a reaction. In continuation of this trend, we should, in theory now, we can maybe waste a bit of time like this, but the main picture, the bigger picture, is probably going to be going up. If USDT goes up, it means that Bitcoin crypto market is going to go down at some point. Okay, I'm just keeping that in mind. I'm not being paranoid. I'm just looking at this to support my trading ideas. Okay, so having said that, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to leave the video here. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and also leave any questions that you may have. I'm going to try my best to answer every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.